Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. It's Direwolf20 on the Primus server. I made it a point not to start the episode by flying above the base today. I quarried out all of this. I should have done it from the get-go. It was a pain because I had to go in and around a bunch of things and it was just a pain, but it's done. And, whoa, I didn't want to do that. Now I've got some room to work. We've been talking about power. I got a lot of good suggestions. I've come up with something totally different, like I always do, but I like the discussion. So, thank you for all your suggestions, but we're going to do it my way. It's my way or the highway. So, first of all, what we need to do is, I have another piece of octuple compressed cobblestone. And I guess before we do this, I switched back to apples. Right now the holdup is saplings. So, we have plenty of juice. We're up to 21,000 plus buckets of biomass. And I went ahead, I made a bunch more day blooms, and they're all shooting at that mana pool, and it's probably not keeping up. It's probably just not enough. It's not. But it's double the mana that we had from just 2 sections. I've been using these guys to power my jaded amaranthus. I may flip it around, make a little mechanism to make a little more mana, and just shoot it at one of the mana spreaders, kind of daisy chain them. So let's cook up this bedrockium thing. I want to make a drum very quickly. I want to put my apple and sapling back out here. I need to put a beehive out here so that I can breed some trees. The different trees give you more biomass per operation. So I'm missing this thing. Let's see what I need to make. I don't know if I even have a cauldron. No, I don't. I'm going to lazily shift question mark everything. Alright, so there's a drum. We're going to need that. We're going to need a couple other things. You probably saw it in my inventory. What we're going to do, let me make sure my chunks are right. I think I can make it work. Yeah, definitely. What we're going to do is, we're going to come into this 11 by 11. We're going to put 4 witch spawners right in the center. And then we're going to put cursed earth in a 5 by 5 in front of a grinder. These enervation dynamos run on redstone. And the reactant dynamos will run on gunpowder and mob juice. So this is what we're going to supplement our power with. And what I would like to do is run, that's why I made this hole. I want to run the redstone conduit and the energy conduit down here. Put all of the dynamos on this wall. And then we're going to run item conduit up so that everything will probably go into deep storage units as an intermediary, and then we'll pump the gunpowder in there, and we have to have the tank as a medium because I tried this in a creative world last night and I filled up a regular drum in probably 15 or 20 minutes with 4 of these dynamos running. I don't know how many we'll be able to use, but what I figure is if we hook it in to these other guys up here, they're not going to run all the time. Since this is kind of our battery, which I have made a little bigger, it only kicks on, if you remember, when it's down at 5%. So we should have plenty of excess gunpowder in the meantime. And since the grinder will run on the 3 innervation dynamos, wherever they are, that's going to be its own self-sustaining power. And then this will be supplemental for everything else. So I'm going to lay down the cursed earth, and I got some conveyor belts. So let me do this and I'll be right back. That was a bad idea. I thought about it as soon as I put it down. I was like, you know, these guys are going to start spawning straight away. Ooh, why are my hearts not working? This is very bad. I cannot die in another episode. So what I'll do is I'll put the dirt down, and then I'll just put one piece of cursed earth, like maybe in the middle, and then it'll spread. Alright, so those are set. We need to get rid of the torch. I'll put it back down here for now. And I actually have 2 mystery spawners in here. I'm pretty sure they're witch spawners, but I can't be sure. So we're going to have to put them up here. We'll go ahead and put a little light. And we're going to do a little bit of dark glass right in the middle. So hopefully, yep, that is a witch spawner. Good. I'll put the cursed earth there once we're ready to close the thing up. So let me grab those other 2 witch spawners. We need to move them over here. I was going to do this with 2. I did my testing with 2. But I figured, you know, let's just go for it. I also have considered, and I may do this as well, putting another grinder on that side, and then just conveyor belting them into the middle. So let's see if I can kill these guys without dying. Well, girls, I guess. They got me. Oh well. I'll just hurry up and put them in there, and hopefully we'll be alright. Hopefully they don't have very good arms and can't throw up. I guess I need to get better armor and enchant it. Let's put more. I guess we need torches over here. They're spawning near the walls. They are going to town, aren't they? So I'm going to be safe, and I'm going to go up through the ceiling. We need to kill it anyway because I want to put some dark glass up here. For at least a portion of it. I've got a little bit of it. I just want to be able to look in there and see what's happening. Okay, so we'll do them, and I guess we can set up our grinder now. Let me make sure I got all my haunches. And this is going to go right there. I guess they got me again. And I want to put some glass there so we can see what's happening. So what we're going to do, we're going to, unfortunately, when you put these dynamos down, if you put the conduit on top, that will not feed them. So we're going to have to feed them from the other side. So let's do our conduit like this. And then we'll do our energy conduit like that. And I am going to filter these. I forgot to make the filters. Okay, I've got my paper. This should be enough. Let's hope so. And let's get rid of some of this junk that we don't need anymore. And I probably don't have enough hoppers. Of course not. And we'll grab some deep storage units while we're here. Alright, so I should have also grabbed some redstone while we were there. We'll see how many things I can forget. And I don't really anticipate these guys ever running out of redstone, honestly. They should stay pretty full. Okay, so all those rules are set. We'll do this, and we will run our conduit just up like that. We're going to need to run the energy conduit like that. And we're going to need to run some fluid conduit as well. So let's go ahead and set the output on that as well. And let me run all this upstairs, and then we'll finish up. Okay, so that's done. What we'll do is we'll just run this like this, and we'll run this conduit over here. We'll put our drum down. And then we'll put more conduit right there. I probably have just enough to actually do this. So let's go ahead and put our dynamos down. I guess I'll just start in the corner. Perfect. Let's get some light up here. And I don't think I really need to set all those on input as long as I set this on extract. That one will be insert. And then I figure let's split this off. We'll actually give it a little more room. We'll run this down here. I don't know how many deep storage units we're going to need. At the very least, we're going to need one for gunpowder. I know that for a fact, because that is what's going to power those guys. So we're going to get redstone, glowstone, gunpowder. I'll tell you what, let's do it like this. We don't even need all of these. Those are going to be deep stored in the ME system. So we really don't need them over here. So how about this? Let's run our item conduit the same way. We'll just run it one over, put the deep storage unit there, and then we'll extract from this side and insert into all of these guys where the fluid is going in. Okay, so all of those are set to insert that is going to extract. I think we may need to make another item filter for this one. It'll just be easier in case it empties, which it probably will to start, because it'll take us a while to build up some gunpowder. So we'll just make that. That's my default chest. Everything that goes in there goes back into the system. So let's go get one more item filter. And a gunpowder. This is apparently going to be the power chunk. Alright, so we filter on insert gunpowder here. So that should be all of that, and then what we'll need to do is we'll need to put energy conduits and redstone conduits on top of this. So they only kick on when there's a redstone signal. Okay, I'm back. I saw myself there for a second. That was freaky. Alright, so we're going to need this stuff also. Hopefully I have enough of it. And then I'm going to have to change these guys to only run with a redstone signal, of course. I feel like I'm lagging again. Okay, let's see if we can make this happen before getting dropped again. Alright, and we need to go up right there. I may just have enough. I'm probably going to have to make... No, I probably have plenty of this stuff. I might have to go make another few of the redstone. Not a big deal. Alright, and we're going to disconnect that one. Probably won't hurt anything, but I don't like the way it looks. Perfect! So I'll go through and change all the engine redstone configurations in a bit. We're full right now, so it'll be a little while before that thing even kicks on. But what we can do is make sure the thing actually works. So cross your fingers that I don't get witched. Actually, what I could probably do is go ahead and power up one of these guys. We're already getting mob juice. Aw, man. Come on, grinder, what's happening? Alright, I'm going to make myself another little block of room so that I can fly and get out. So what am I going to need? I'm going to need that. I think that's it. I just have to knock down all the torches, place this stuff, and then put one in the center to turn all that dirt into cursed earth. Alright, excellent. They got me again. I should have milked a cow or two. Wow, these are really... Yeah, we're gonna go out the top. I think that's much safer. What am I looking for? Dark glass and stone. I don't want to get in their line of sight there. So I only put redstone in one of these. This one already has 8. This one will get it shortly. I'll go ahead and fill them up. These make 80 RF just like any other engine, or dynamo rather. So they're okay. I thought about putting some augments, but I don't know if it'll really be necessary. Sorry about that. So our cursed earth is already spreading. The witches are dying a lot. Wow. And we've already got mob juice and gunpowder in a couple of these. Excellent. So what I'm hoping is enough witches and other things will die by the time these things are ready to turn on, and I'll have plenty of gunpowder. And since the redstone control will be high on all of them, none of them should actually do anything until they get the signal from this redstone conduit. Assuming it connected. If it didn't, I'm gonna have to run it right here. It doesn't look like it connected, does it? It did to the forestry, but I don't see it here. I will monitor that. I'll let you know in the next episode. See, if I click this one, I get nothing. Oh, there we go. Now I've only got power and fluid, so maybe it did connect. We'll see. If I have a lever, we could probably test it. Maybe. Yeah, that works. Just to verify. Oh yeah, perfect. Alright, so that is our new power system, guys. That is 12 times 80. Whatever the math is on that, I don't feel like doing math right now. What is that, 960? About another 1,000 RF. Should keep us going for a while, especially as many witches as we're already getting. I don't know which way the gunpowder is going, but I don't think it'll be a problem. So that is going to do it for this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, leave them down below as usual. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.